Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are memory planning the week that was the 19th of February through to the 25th of February. Let me just check that. Yes, correct. And we are using this stunning kit from Caress Press. This is one of those kits that I'd eyed off for a long time. I had a version of it from Scribble Prints Co., a version of it from Caress Press, and a version of it from Plannerface that were like on my wish lists, and I didn't know which one I wanted to buy. I think the Scribble Prints Co. one was like purple, like original. I think Plannerface released only recently an orangey kind of pinky one, so I contemplated buying that instead. And then Caress Press obviously had this one, and I opted to get this one because it was different, it was unusual, the pop of yellow was something different, and because it's like summer months still, I thought that it would be fun to use something very vibrant and bold. I don't know how I feel about it now, because in the grand scheme of things, like February for me, you look at it and you've got these like beautiful pale kind of pinks and purples, and then you have this like bright pop of yellow and this really vibrant red. But it's a really fun kit. I think the clip art is gorgeous. I think the tall box that you'll see me put in the like top of my sidebar, the fashion girl, is stunning. If I could look like her, like I would honestly sell my soul. There's a little doggo. There's a section that has like a pasta dish, and that type of pasta is my favorite type of pasta. I just loved everything about it, and I really wanted to use it. It had been in my collection for a little while, so I bit the bullet and used it. Again, we don't have a lot of foil going on. I think, again, I've used foil underlays in gold, but that's kind of where the foil stopped. I think I will add extra foil to this. I think I was going to use a gold foil kit from Plannerface, and it was maybe on back order, or not back order, on order, and I didn't have it at the time, and then I've just not gone back in to do it. The bougie boxes, or the underlays that you'll see me laying out at the moment, were actually from Rose Colored Days. Not sure how I feel about them, because the confetti I feel like is very bold and very thick, but they do the job. And yeah, that's a lot of talking for, I don't even know. Anywho, I'm just looking at it, my spread now, and it looks like, yeah, it is. I'm like, from the angle I'm sitting at, I'm like, oh, my Wednesday like date cover looks crooked. It's because it is. We're going to pretend we didn't see, and we're going to move on. So sidebar this week, because we have the tall box, I do only manage to fit one other full box in there, and then I do put my socials in and my highlight of the week. I think my highlight of the week is also crooked, so I don't know what I was doing at the time I was doing this spread, but everything is damn well crooked. But it is what it is. I can't be bothered with undo and all of that stuff. Like, this Plan With Me was done so long ago. I can tell by the color of my nails, because whenever I filmed this was when I was doing my first embryo transfer, which again I'll go into obviously a bit more detail when that time approaches. But yeah, I'm not going to go back and delete it now. So I guess with that said, Monday, let's start there. So to start off my day, on Monday, we had a specialist appointment. What was this? What had been happening? Oh, so that was after... I'm just trying to look back through my plans. So my... Okay, so my egg collection cycle, my first ever egg collection cycle, IVF cycle, was 3 weeks earlier. Not the outcome that we would have wanted, because I ended up only having 8 eggs collected. I think like 7 fertilized. And then like every update, so they generally update you day 1, day 3, day 5. And then with my ones, because they had some that were on track but were behind, they left it till day 6. But we only ended up with 1 embryo. So 8 eggs, 7 fertilized, which means like 7 were like implanted, ready to go, but only 1 of those ended up being viable, had the right amount of cells, and was okay to be frozen. So it was a little bit disappointing. The unfortunate thing is that they tell you when you go into IVF that the first cycle is kind of a little bit of a trial. And whilst I get it, they have to kind of see how your body responds to certain medications. They don't know how you're going to react. They don't know. They have to, somehow they have to do these things and see what results come of it. And then during the cycle, they adjust your medications, add medications if they need to try and better that outcome. So for me, by the end of the cycle, I was on 3 injections a day, which for a needle phobic person was just not the greatest. We ended up with the 8 eggs, like I said, and 1 embryo. So to me, like 8 to 1, not great. I was very emotional. I was very like, what's going on? I had read in so many different IVF groups that I was a part of that people were getting, these high amounts of eggs and these high amounts of embryos. So naturally, like in my head, I'm like, my body's broken. I already felt like that. But then like to get 1 embryo, I don't know, it was a lot. So I was questioning things. I was emotional. I was like, what the hell is going on? What do we do better next time? So fortunately, we did get to meet with our specialist. It was a little while later because he's quite busy. He's quite popular. So it took us a couple of weeks to get in, but we did have a specialist appointment with him this day. Just to go all through that. He was going to change up my medications for the next cycle. And yeah, just to kind of debrief. On the way home from the specialist appointment, I did treat myself to McDonald's breakfast. Was it McDonald's breakfast? No, it might have just been McDonald's. And I don't know whether I got food or whether I just got coffee. I don't know, but I went to McDonald's. I then was so lucky that I got to work for the remainder of the day, so I kind of did like a half-day situation. And then I marked that it was a long afternoon. It was another afternoon that it stormed, so I've marked that there was a storm. The internet dropped out, so that was frustrating because I work from home, so if we don't have internet, I can't effectively work. I watched Married at First Sight, and I watched Big Miracles. On Tuesday, I've marked working, doing some laundry. I then marked that I was tired of doing everything again. I was still in this executive assistant role, not for much longer, thankfully. And I was just sick of being the person who had to do everything, fix everything. Whenever anyone had a problem, they would come to me. And I was just like, guys, like, a little bit of initiative wouldn't go astray. So I was very frustrated at this point in time. I then marked that I got some happy mail from Planet Choco on this day. That I bought Taylor Swift tickets this day for the Eras tour. No, I didn't buy them. My husband got them. I think his boss ended up, she'd bought tickets for her niece. Her niece had ended up getting her own tickets, which were better than the ones that she had. So his boss actually asked my husband if he wanted them. And my husband, knowing that I had tried desperately to get Taylor Swift tickets when they came out, I think they did 2 separate sales like at the end of the previous year. And despite being in queue all day, I couldn't get any. And it was the first time in the history of ever wanting to go to a concert that I'd never been able to get tickets. So my husband took them. We were told that they were kind of like obstructed, not great views. But when we got there, it wasn't the worst. Like we were very high up in the stadium, like not quite nosebleed, but kind of on the same elevation as nosebleed, in that like nosebleed were at the back and then we were, I don't know, maybe 15 rows in front of that, like on a decline. But for the money we paid and the fact that I actually got them, I was so incredibly grateful. And the Taylor Swift concert was actually the following week. So I had like a week's notice to get myself to the concert. But that was really great. I watched Married at First Sight this night and I uploaded a plan with me this night. On Wednesday, it was an office day, so I've marked that. I've also marked that I had a productive day. I marked getting some coffee, so I might have gotten myself a coffee on the way home. Don't know. I marked getting coffee way too much in my planner, so who is to know, really? I marked having a YouTube binge, that we had some family time, and that once again I got maths, watched maths. On a Thursday, again, I don't know what is going on. In this role, I worked in the office a lot. It was shitty. But I marked working in the office again. I marked that I was so tired. And then at this point, I got told that my secondment was over. And you will see the little sticker that I put down. It's like this sigh of relief, like this breath of fresh air. As much as I enjoyed doing something different, I had been told that I was going to be in the role for like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Then when I started in the role, they pulled me into a room and they said, it's probably going to be a little bit longer because something's going on. We might need to extend you. It ended up being 7 months, guys. 7 months. And I'd always wanted to be an EA. I'd applied for EA roles so many times over the previous years before this job that I got. and I could never get it because I never had experience. So the good part is I now have experience. But I tell you what, being an EA, I don't know whether it was just this particular role or the kind of department that I work in. It was absolute madness. There were days when I would have to sit around and not be able to log off because I was waiting on things to come through, had deadlines that I need to meet. Some days were just really dead because, again, I was still working alongside the actual EA when she wasn't on leave and doing, what she needed to do. So some days I didn't really have anything to do. I was organizing events, travel, fielding questions left, right, and center. Like, it was a lot. To anyone out there who is an executive assistant, let me know in the comments below. Do you love your job, or is it just your job? Because I know that there are a lot of EAs out there that love their job. And I think maybe if I was a single person without a partner, without animals, and I was just living by myself, maybe I'd enjoy it. But like, I have so much going on in my life, it's not for me anymore. And the role that I'm in now is very, very relaxed by comparison. So very grateful to be where I am. So very happy when I got told that this comment was over. Anyway, I then marked that I got my Taylor Swift outfit delivered. I don't know what I did. I obviously knew that I was getting the Taylor Swift tickets and maybe the purchase was only finalized on Tuesday, but I'd ordered some outfits for the concert and they arrived this day. I marked that it was hot and I marked that I had a lazy evening. On Friday, I marked that I worked. It was a work from home day, thankfully, and that it was 34 degrees. And again, the icon or the character sticker I used very accurately reflects how I was feeling. I then marked that I played some Sims. I'm assuming that those boxer shorts are to mark doing some laundry. I didn't note it down, so I don't even know. And then this night we had manouche for dinner, which is basically like a Lebanese company. They do like Lebanese pizzas, they do wraps, and I got a garlic goddess wrap. It is chicken in garlic sauce, and then I get the chips with the garlic sauce as well. So good. Haven't had it in ages though. I kind of ate it too much at this point and then got over it. And then we watched The Prestige this night. On Saturday, I marked that I filmed, I had some coffee, and that we had a super chill day. And then that night, we went out to Stir Crazy for dinner for my sister-in-law's birthday, because it was my sister-in-law's birthday the weekend before, but because we had the engagement party, we decided to do something the following week. So we went to Stir Crazy for her birthday. We went to Messina and had some ice cream. And then when we got home, my hubby and I were watching The Walking Dead, Dead City. I don't know if we'd started it already or if this is when we started it. Could not tell you because I wasn't very good with tracking everything in great detail in 2024. I'm really, truly hoping to be better with that in 2025, but I feel like it's another one of those broken promises, the things that I say every year and then just don't adhere to. So you guys need to keep me accountable in 2025, even though I don't even know when you're going to start seeing 2025 content. But when you do, keep me accountable, please. Make sure I'm writing notes in detail. And then Sunday, I've marked that I had some coffee. I went into the local shops and got my nails done. And then when I got home, I marked that we had family time. So again, that's very much just me, my husband, and my dogs chilling on the couch. And then apparently this was an eventful weekend. So this night we went out to dinner with my brother. We went to Enzo's Cucina. I'd wanted to try that for the longest time. Italian food, delicious, and that's why I used the pasta box on this day, I think, because of course I ordered pasta when we went there. I think my brother had pasta, I had pasta, and my husband had pizza, because that's always like whenever we go Italian, he will do pizza, I'll have pasta. After we went to Enzo's, we went to Time Zone with my brother, and my brother was like, whatever, kind of like half-assing it and stuff. And then he won the jackpot on like the tickets. Like there's a lever ticket machine where you kind of just lift the lever and push it down. And depending on where it lands, you win that amount of tickets. I'm pretty sure he won the jackpot on that. And then like I remember him saying like when it was his turn, because at that point we were trying to use up our credits. And he's like, this is such a stupid game. And then he tried it and he actually won the jackpot. So there's that. But yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Bye!